Did you know, right now, pedophiles are online connecting to our children?
We see the headlines almost every day: child pornography rings, and with it, online grooming. A mum is about to receive news about her 14-year-old daughter who was lured to a meeting place by someone she thought was a 15-year-old boy. She's been missing now for 3 days.
Hello? Have they found Sophie yet?
The internet is mostly a good place. There are a number of doors children may open that heads them down a dangerous and unfortunate path. The outcomes can be bad and sometimes fatal for children, especially teenagers who often feel bulletproof and have no regard for the sinister and evil parts of the cyber world. For a number of years now, parents and carers have asked us, what are my children up to? What are they exposed to? And can I keep them safe? This video is about highlighting the online and digital dangers that exist. But you can make a difference with some effective strategies, solutions and tools.
Parents and guardians, smart devices, that is laptops, tablets, phones, games consoles, etc., open the door to the internet and the World Wide Web, where we learn, work and play. Teach your kids to use the internet like the exterior doors in your house. Once you pass through that internet door, you've got to be careful where you go, who you meet and play with, and who you let in. Because it is a fact, the internet can expose our children to significant risks and potential harm.
The internet is a hub of social media, mobile apps, chats and games, and can always be just a few clicks away from adult-themed material that's unhealthy for children.
Those clicks can be used on YouTube, even by very young kids, as a visual search engine. But typing in anything will get you lots of other possibilities and inappropriate content. A lack of privacy and talking to strangers could become frightening and upsetting. Same with Twitter. Connecting to a world of unknown people and known nudity and violence content, yet is oddly rated at 4+. So parents, be aware of what your kids are watching and being exposed to.
Seeing too much of this stuff can normalise and feed a morbid interest in such material for kids. And remember, this door doesn't just lead to your neighbourhood, it takes you and your kids to the world. Kids have a knack of finding the wrong things on the net. They're curious, they explore. Trouble is, they're always just a few clicks away from a lot of pornography. School fight videos and other violence like war atrocities. Materials meant to radicalise. Tips on how to self-harm. Criminal behaviour like instructions on how to make weapons. Buying drugs, even getting them delivered, just like pizza. Plus there's gambling. From as young as 10, kids are more likely to gamble than drink, do drugs or smoke. Downloading illegal software and pirated movies can get your household barred from your internet service provider. Your kids may not be doing all this stuff, but the temptation is just a touch, a keystroke, or mouse clicks away. And sometimes a typo can lead them anywhere.
Your kids may not be looking for this kind of material, but even through innocent search queries, they can stumble onto stuff you'd never want your kids at any age to see. For children under 10, adults should supervise internet use. We advise not allowing children to use a smart device in their own room, but in a common area of the home. Tweens, 11 to 12-year-olds, will probably want more freedom to explore the net in private. Even so, safe searching tips and parental controls will still be useful. Teenagers can be difficult to supervise. They can often bypass parental controls and filters, but keep a dialogue going with them. And all, with the use of social media, are at risk of online grooming. More on that later.
Parental controls restrict what content can be accessed. You can ensure that your children are only able to access age-appropriate material, and in some cases requires your approval before the child can access additional material. To understand what your particular smart device or operating system has in the way of built-in parental controls, just search on the net.
You can even buy or download free parental control apps and software.
This or any software does not replace you though, the parent, in safely watching over your kids.
We've described what your kids might see on the internet, but what can they do there? Social media is big for kids. There are over 100 networks and apps, including Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Teens will often have many of these. Most terms of service clearly state not for use by under 13s, but recent figures show that 75% of children aged between 10 and 12 have social media accounts. Kik Messenger is a popular app allowing users to send texts, pictures and videos, but also messages that are menacing, harassing or offensive. This can put users in breach of state and Commonwealth legislation. Your children should not be communicating with people they don't know and should learn how to block and report on every social networking site and app that they use. No matter how smart your children are, there are those who are cunningly smarter who can fool them. Online grooming is when an adult makes online contact with someone under the age of 16 with the intention of engaging in sexual abuse.
An online text friendship between a young female teen and a young boy of a similar age develops to a point where the boy suggests they should meet in person, but not to tell her parents. In this reenactment, the young girl recognised that her body was giving her clues, her instincts. She gets suspicious and tells her mother.
I'm scared. I think he might be older or something.
The police are contacted, ending in the arrest of a 44-year-old man posing as that boy. There have been many reported attempts. Unfortunately, some are successful at the online grooming of innocent social media users, with fatal consequences.
Educate yourself on the apps your children are using. Monitor your kids' activity on all devices. Don't feel that you're spying. You're the parent, and this is your responsibility. Social media relies a lot on cameras, and most devices and computers come with built-in webcams, and getting hacked, that is, someone getting access to your webcam and turning it on without you knowing and spying on you, is a real problem. A simple safety tip is that you can unplug your webcam when not in use, or if it's built in, you can put electrical tape or a post-it note over the camera. Webcams are connected to software, so make sure you and your kids have strong and different passwords on everything.
A door is only as good as the lock. Your lock is a strong password. It should have at least 6 to 8 characters that are a combination of letters in upper and lower case, numbers and symbols. Don't use these ones, make your own. Weak passwords are very easy to hack. Never use password or 123456 or the dog's name or similar. Social media can result in cases of blackmail, fraud, and 1 in 4 Aussie teenagers suffered hate abuse online in the last year. So strengthen your lock and help your kids to do the same. You wouldn't let just anyone walk into your house through the door without an invitation or knowing who they are. But many kids leave the internet door open, use a very weak key, in other words password, or just hand the keys out to people they don't really know.
The next door we open is apps. Apps are applications, another word for software for your computer or smart device. And like most online things, there are the good and the malicious, so always read app reviews. One of the bad apps for kids is what's known as ghost and vault apps. Your kids may have found that they can do something sneaky that you won't like. It started with a calculator app that allows you to hide your secrets. Your children know that too, so now they can also hide photos and videos that they never want you to see. The app looks and works like a regular calculator, but allows users to input a secret passcode to reveal a vault to hide images. Another thing to watch out for are anonymous text apps. There are many apps available that will cause sent and received text messages to become hidden. If you're worried, confront your child and tell them you know about hidden text apps. But also be aware that these are also used by kids to avoid bullying, so tread carefully.
Hugely popular are online games hosting thousands of simultaneous players over the internet. It's easy for kids to meet complete strangers online and play a game with them. They could be a predator, and your child is playing and chatting right beside them. To lock this particular door, smart devices have built-in controls that give parents and guardians the ability to restrict access to content. You also have the ability to turn off in-app purchases.
Next opening door to explore is geotagging photos. Most mobile devices have geotagging automatically enabled. This is where the photos taken on the device digitally stores the GPS coordinates of where and what time and date the photo was taken within the photo file. So posting it on the internet and having others share it may also be telling the wrong people exactly where this photo was taken.
Also, as another layer of caution, don't post photos of your kids in recognisable school uniforms on the internet. If you use their names in the post or tag them, you've supplied what your child looks like, their name, the school they go to, and the location. Parents, also take the same care if you visit dating sites. Be careful with personal family details. You can disable geotagging on your device if you share it with your kids, and on their device if they have their own phone. Just ask online for your particular phone or tablet. Sexting, or sex texting, is the sending or receiving of sexually explicit or sexually suggestive images, text or video via a smart device. This content may damage the reputation of your child or others, and if the person represented in the image or text is under the age of 18, it can be considered child pornography under Commonwealth legislation.
Snapchat is a popular app that allows you to send a photo or video from your phone and set how long the person receiving it can see the image before it self-destructs. But some images are posted to revenge porn sites. The sender thinks it will just disappear forever, but it's actually fairly easy to recover a snap and share it with others. No parent wants to find a photo of their teen daughter or son on sites like Snapper Party or a sexting forum. Snapchat is likely to be on your younger kids' phones because it can also make funny faces. With all your kids, have a frank heart-to-heart about how there's no such thing as texts or photos that disappear. Once images are online, you've lost control of them. They're almost impossible to remove. And if relationships end, what happens to these images then? A child could be blackmailed into posting more revealing poses. They are now trapped. And how would future universities and employees regard you if these pictures came back to haunt?
As Denise Morcombe says, the internet is mostly a good place, brilliant for learning and fun, but it may also be the worst babysitter there is, so don't use it for that. Maintain open and respectful lines of communication while setting enforceable rules for online safety. Assure your kids that they can always come to you for help in an uncomfortable or potentially dangerous situation.
Remind them to never accept a friend of a friend of a friend. Only friend someone they already know well in the real world. Encourage children to let you know what they're signing up for. Then you can research the apps and sites that your children use and learn how they work. As a parent, you are part of the solution when negative things happen. Time to shut and lock the door.